Hey everyone, I'm David G, Sheshnag Yoga Center. Just want to talk about my experience recently of self-acceptance. I've been trying to assimilate into the broken culture for a while. I realised I'm like a broken record, replaying the same groove according to the conditioning that I've had and the culture that I am privy to, and all the delusional information being fed to me by media and propaganda and all the other stuff. So I've been researching anatomy since 1985, intrigued in the human vehicle that I am sitting inside. In 1989 I was tutored in physics, came first in the school, don't know, fluked it in the year 12 exams in physics, nailed it. I don't know, just my literal interpretation of things, saw everything in the form of electromagnetic frequency and really appreciated the concept from a scientifically based perspective. Then I went into university and did more physics, became enrolled and went through the course of being a radiographer, taking x-rays. So then everything to do with x-rays is to do with waves. And the person itself, the human framework, is seen as non-physical, seen as an accumulation of atomic structures based on density and frequencies of the compounds. If you don't understand, email me or call me, I'll explain some of it. So I come out of the course of radiography and I'm still intrigued on some level about understanding myself relative to my 5 physical senses and how all these waves of energy are being perceived through my 5 physical senses. Depending on the wavelength and frequency of the energy is how I interpret the world. So then I stumble upon God. So then I spend a lot of time trying to understand how I am connected to God through electromagnetic frequency. So then that brings me to, how do I become aware of God? Through one specific energy, which is energy in the form of a wave, which is seen as Kundalini, the serpent. The serpent itself, the wave that connects me or allows me the ability to experience God. So then how do I see the universe? The only way for me to see the universe is by appreciating it as a plethora of waves of energy. So then I come to realize that there is a sustainer of the universe in the form of infinite amount of serpents, in the form of electromagnetic frequency, in the form of sine curves that go like this. So Sheshnag is the sustainer of all, according to my interpretation, according to the scientific interpretation of my mind in a literal sense. So then, after further investigation, I realised that I myself am also born in the image of that creator or sustainer of the universe. I have 1,000 waves going out the top of my chakra, my Sahasrara chakra, in the form of 20 times the 50 Sanskrit alphabet letters. Basically, I have to see the world in waves. Even thoughts themselves I see as waves. Everything to do with everything, to me, is to do with sine curves. People are saying, feel the love. I feel it, man, don't worry. But to actually think about it so much as I do and try and work it out, I appreciate the music in the form of sine waves or sine curves. They have a beautiful harmonic or disharmonic effect on the body. when it's in the bliss and acknowledgement of the Great Being, then those waves are harmonious, productive, and working towards interpretation of the more subtle dimensions. When they're disharmonic, disease results. Basically, we're sitting in a world of energy, functioning on a three-dimensional level, maybe other dimensions than that if you go right into it, doesn't matter. But we're a three-dimensional, carbon-based entity or life form that functions through perception and expression of electromagnetic frequency in the form of sine curves in a world of relativity. During a lifetime which is designed specifically to do with the experience and natural evolution of self-awareness. That's about it from Sheshnag.com. I'm David G signing off. Praise to the Great Being. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for listening and watching. All the best.